It just worked. Those three words became the tombstone for Bethesda's reputation back in 2018. And Todd Howard stood on that stage and promised 16 times the detail. And a world 4 times the size of Fallout 4, people didn't see a disaster coming. They saw the future of the franchise. But what we actually got was a hollow, broken asset flip of a game that lacked the one thing that makes Fallout actually Fallout. People. No NPCs, just holotapes and robots. Today we're asking the question, did Fallout 76 deserve to be the industry's biggest laughingstock? And has the redemption arc actually fixed the core rot? Let's get into it. Before the game even launched, the red flags were everywhere. Bethesda tried to pivot a single-player engine, the aging creation engine, into a multiplayer powerhouse. It was like trying to turn a lawnmower into a jet engine. But the controversies. The beta break-it test. It wasn't a beta. It was a marketing demo that ran for 2 hours at a time. It showed us exactly what was coming. Stash limits that were a joke, and physics tied to frame rates. If you look at the floor, you move faster. That's amateur tier stuff. The canvas bag gate. This was the peak of corporate greed. You pay $200 for the Power Armor Edition, and instead of the advertised canvas bag, you get a cheap nylon trash bag. Bethesda's response? We aren't planning to do anything about it. Absolute slap in the face. And then the Nuka Dark Rum. $80 for premium rum that turned out to be a cheap plastic shell over a standard bottle. Felt like every piece of merch was a micro scam. And then, launch day was a bloodbath. YouTubers like internet historian and Joseph Anderson didn't even have to try. The game wrote the comedy itself. Why it flopped? The no NPCs delusion. Bethesda claimed we would be the NPCs, but players don't give quest. They just jump around in underwear hitting each other with boards. The world felt dead because it was dead. Second, the technical nightmare. Servers crash every 20 minutes if you launch 3 nukes at once. The server literally died. You had enemies sliding across the floor without animations. It wasn't Bethesda's jank, it was an unfinished product sold for $60. And third, the YouTuber backlash. This was the era where Fallout 76 fail compilations were a literal gold rush. The consensus wasn't just that the game was buggy, it was that Bethesda had lost its soul. Then came Wastelanders. They finally added NPCs. They added dialogue trees, they basically admitted the original vision was a failure. But then they did the unthinkable. Fallout first. After selling a broken game, they had the nerve to ask for a monthly subscription to get basic features like private servers and unlimited scrap storage. It was the ultimate create a problem, sell a solution move. Now the state in 2026? Look, I'll be real, the game is fine now. Between the Fallout TV show hype a couple of years ago and the constant map expansions like Skyline Valley, there's actually a lot to do. The community is surprisingly one of the nicest in gaming, but does fine excuse the launch. So did it deserve the flop? Yeah, absolutely. If Fallout 76 had succeeded at launch, it would have told every developer that they can ship a hollowed out shell of a franchise, treat their most loyal fans like ATMs, and lie through their teeth at E3 without consequence. The game is playable today, sure. It's even fun with friends, but the Fallout 76 experience will always be a reminder of what happens when corporate metrics override game design. But I want to know what you think. Did you stick with it through the nylon bag era, or did you delete it on day one? Drop a comment below, and if you want to see gameplay of Starfield, head on over to Stratix Gaming. I will be uploading it, I believe, tomorrow as you're watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.